Well, the real estate market is pretty hot right now, and it's a great time to get into the field.
Is it hard to get a license? Do you need, or can you do real estate part-time?
No, somebody's going to answer those questions for us, and he's Realtor Troy Trum with Keller Williams Realty. Good to see you, Troy. Thanks for stopping by.
Good to see you.
We got a lot of stuff we're talking about today, but it seems like, and we were just talking about this, it seems like there's a lot of people getting into real estate at this point. Is that true?
There are. There are more real estate agents right now in the Omaha area than there ever have been before. We're 3,000 agents, which is a lot when you consider that annually there are about 12 to 15,000 sales in the area.
Oh, that's not, I mean, you think there'd be more, right?
Yeah, you'd think so.
I would think, maybe, but why does the industry attract so many people in a hot market like this right now?
Well, I think part of it is misconception that in a hot market, it doesn't take any effort to sell a home. When in reality, it takes a lot of, planning and careful attention to the process of selling a home in order to sell it and get the highest price. And the second is the barriers to entry into real estate are very low. In Nebraska, it only takes a person 60 hours worth of education to get a real estate license. That just makes them legally allowed to sell real estate. It doesn't mean they're going to be good at it or they're qualified for it. By comparison, in Nebraska, it takes a cosmetologist 2,100 hours of education.
Holy cow.
Big difference.
Right. No, that is a huge difference. But you're talking about 3,000 agents in the Omaha area, right? How many of them, because I think this is important, how many of them are part-time? How many people are just kind of dabbling in real estate? It's maybe a side thing that they do and aren't in it full-time.
From my experience, I'd estimate that probably over half of them are part-time agents.
Okay.
We've seen more new agents, more part-time agents in the last year. And as a result, I've seen more poorly written contracts in the last year than I've seen in the last 10 or 12 years.
Well, you made a good point, actually, right before we started filming. Mike asked you, is it good to work with a part-time agent? Is it bad? And you said, about a surgeon.
Yeah, I wouldn't hire a part-time surgeon.
Right.
If I was going to court, I wouldn't hire a part-time attorney. Buying or selling a home is the biggest financial transaction most people are ever going to make. And to do it with somebody that is doing it for extra money or spare money, doesn't mean they necessarily have the commitment that you need when it comes time where there might be problems and you need guidance.
Yeah, sure, but listen, I mean, if you think about it, you say, listen, I just want to buy a house, so I'm going to find somebody that's going to do all the legwork to find a good house for me, and how hard could that be, right? So what are the risks that you take by going with an inexperienced realtor?
Well, there are a couple risks from it. I'd say the biggest is bad guidance and bad information. For example, on the buying side, like I've mentioned, I've seen many contracts that are written incorrectly, and those agents don't realize what risk they're putting their clients at because they don't necessarily know the details they should be paying attention to in writing a contract.
What's an example of a bad contract where you could get in a lot of trouble as a new homeowner if a contract is written poorly?
Not having proper home inspection contingencies. I've seen contracts where it was a cash offer, but it was still contingent upon financing. Those are two mutually exclusive things. You can't have both.
Two different things, yeah.
Well, with all these agents out in the field, I mean, tell me, why is it so easy to get a real estate license?
Well, I think there are two primary reasons for that. First is money, and second is politics. The National Association of Realtors, they have almost 1.3 million members, and they make a lot of their revenue through membership dues. So they have no interest in increasing the barriers of entry. The second is, as I mentioned, politics. The Association of Realtors has a political action committee, and that PAC contributed more money to political candidates in the 2016 election year than any other corporate-run PAC there is. So I don't think politicians have it in their best interest to raise the barriers of entry in real estate when they know a lot of their money is coming from the real estate industry.
Yeah. Okay. Like you said, it's a hot market. A lot of real estate agents out there. So if you're buying a house or you're going to sell your house, what's the process that you should go through to select a real estate agent?
Well, a couple of things you need to look at. First is their track record. Now, one thing to watch for is a lot of agents will try to promote their company's track record rather than their own, which is a red flag. You hire one agent, not a company.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The company an agent works for has very little impact on how they work with you as a consumer. So you need to find out what their track record is. Next, they should have a process that they can explain and walk you through of what you should expect and what they're going to do for you. And third is how much time they spend with you. For example, when selling a home, by the time you discuss preparing the home, pricing, attracting buyers, and marketing, that meeting should take no less than an hour. And at the end of that meeting, you should feel like you've been educated not rushed or pressured.
Right.
To learn something.
Well, we are running out of time, but very briefly, Keller Williams is doing a lot to aid the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Tell us about that.
Keller Williams had a convention scheduled for Austin right about the same time that Houston was hit by the hurricane. Keller Williams decided to cancel that convention, instead making an opportunity for Keller Williams agents to assist with the relief effort. Over 2,000 agents, just in the short time since the hurricane, have been down there assisting with cleanup, handing out food and supplies. And Keller Williams has so far in the last week and a half raised $4 million for the relief effort, and is committed to raising $20 million.
Wow,
That's amazing.
a lot.
That's
Huge
very
help down
cool.
there. Trum Team. And I think the website, trumteam.com, is the website that you can go to for more information. 402-884-4848. Troy, thanks
Thank
for your
you so
time today.
much.
Yeah.
We'll
Happy
see
to be
you
here. Good to see
soon.
you.